So in order to avoid New South Wales with the COVID situation, get down south, there's only one way, and that's the big shortcut, the Stretzlecki track, which goes from the very corner of Queensland and the outback and then drops down into South Australia. That'll get us down in the lower parts for summer where it's a little bit cooler. Ellie's coming down, and it's going to be the first time that maybe anyone's been down in a Toyota commuter van. It's got a clearance about this big, and it's going to be a big challenge. She's a gutsy little ripper. She's going to give it a go, and they're going to be heading off very shortly. Ellie's filling up with her fuel and dropping the air PSI. It's here to Minka Hotel before we head down the Stretzlecki stretchy track. This is in Minka. A quick gander. That's National Parks and Wildlife Office over there, and that's where Catherine works. And they've got over at the left hand corner here, showers and toilets. They put a couple of bucks in for the showers and fuel, and so water dump point, and then the what they call the common, which is down the back there. That's camping and bush. Oh, here we go. Now we're off. Adios, amigos. So this will go now 500 k's from here. We'll be heading into the Red Sand Dunes in about 10 kilometres. This is called the 15-mile track, which runs from Inaminka to a place called Minkali, which translates to simply down the waterhole, which is about 15 kilometres outside of town. Good place to camp. So I'm just down here this morning meeting a couple of Indigenous ladies that are the National Parks and Wildlife Rangers, and so we're going to have a cup of coffee and have a bit of a yarn. Nice day. Good morning in Minka. You gotta love these blue skies and open plains. What a beautiful colours there is up there. Magnificent stuff. Found some horses there, browsing about out in the wilds. Here's what looks like to be a western brown snake just sitting in the middle of the road. Quite a large fella or girl. And we're going to have to get something to make sure that it gets off the road before any cars come. So I'll go and see if I can find a little branch or something and get it to go chuff chuff out of the way. Corrugations are a bit rough. Generally you just got to flatten it and get up to speed about 70 to 80 kilometres an hour depending on your vehicle. And holy that shit. Off we go. Woo! I'm just driving past the Moomba gas field, and it's like a Mad Max city with all these stuff. first 110 kilometres from Inaminka down to Moomba gas fields was quite rough with corrugation. That can change at any time of the year and each year depending on when they grade it sets forth. From Moomba south we're heading now and it's like an airstrip, absolutely beautiful, it's smooth. You ready, Chipper? Off we go, mate. We're on the last leg, the last 5 kilometres in fact, coming into Lyndhurst, all the way down from Inaminka, the bottom corner of southwestern Queensland, and now coming down through the central desert regions of South Australia to Lyndhurst, and then from there we can keep on going further down south and you end up in Adelaide. Alrighty then. Woo-hoo. Well, this is Lyndhurst. Apparently there's McDonald's here, not. And Kmart, not. Woolworths, not. Coles, not. I'm just heading up the track here to pay my respects to Murdy Johnny, who's the last full-blooded Aboriginal to be born out here on the Stretzlecki track. And he was born in 1861 and passed on in 1976, so they had the records at the station of his birth. If you do the maths, he lived to 115 years of age. I always find it a bit sad that people pass, old people, and once they're gone, largely their stories go with them. And when you get to meet him in person, it's a living book. Actually, your closest contact to connecting with that experience is through the person who's been there. Once they're gone, you can't do that anymore. So I just say, if you know any old people, get some time and sit with them and talk to them. Doesn't matter what culture they're from. Anyway, my respects to Johnny. This is his country here. We've passed through it over the last period of time. We paid our respects in Inaminka, and they said that I was the first person to ever stop and pay my respects and asked to come through country with their blessing and that, and they were really surprised at that. And so anyway, yep, that's all I've got to say.